Hey, welcome to the Sci-Fi Center Live. I hope you all can hear me. I hope you all can see me because if you can't, there's not a damn thing I can do about it right now. I am streaming to you live from San Diego Comic Con. You can probably see all the chaos behind me. I was originally supposed to be set up on that wall with all the working outlets, but the something else is going on here. I don't know if it's the costume contest or whatever, but they got a line that wraps around the entire front here. Our trauma panel is right across from there, and I was originally supposed to be able to set up there, but I was not able to. So if at any point in time I blank out, it's because I've lost power to the laptop, in which case hopefully Thade and Vince will be here and they can take over while I find a new spot. But I will go until I can, as long as I can. I'm going to go ahead and bring in Stella real quick because she may be one of the ones that takes over for me. Hi. Oh, look at that. Look at that. She's got an avatar this week. I'm so proud of you.
Yes, I finally figured it out.
And the avatar you have is absolutely probably one of the most hilarious things of the entire day.
Oh, heck. I was just like, damn it. I got to find a way of getting one. I know they were giving them out, right?
They weren't giving those out, but they gave out the one that I posted on Twitter, the
Awesome.
the sing-along.
Got it.
Quick thing about that. That was hilarious because we're at Hall H. By the way, that was my first time actually getting into Hall H because I usually ignore it because I've already explained the chaos and all that.
There's good stuff in there, but I'm glad you made it in.
Yeah, I just wasn't sleeping out there. They ended up filling it up, but it just wasn't an on rush. I mean, I was able to get in pretty easily. I got in the front. You guys can see where the thumbnail
it's like 2007, 2008 when I first went. I never had problems getting into panels or Hall H. After that, it was just like, oh, dear God. My friend that I would go with is like, God, you're sleeping outside again? I'm like, yeah.
None of that this year. None of that this year for anything.
Cool.
This panel was great. I mean, like I said, I've been to panels before. If you guys aren't familiar with the setup here, there's panels everywhere. Like behind me, we're upstairs now. You can kind of see behind me. We're upstairs, and you can see there's like 100 panels going on. As a matter of fact, in about an hour, I'm going to be part of the trauma panel. I'm going to be I'm going to be streaming from there. So that's where I was actually supposed to be set up. But there's a Guardians of the Galaxy one in there right now. With somebody's doing something with Guardians of the Galaxy. They have the room booked till 9. So I had it all set up to where I could plug in, put my light on, but I couldn't do it right, and so I needed space. So I came out here. But right now, I don't think this outlet is working behind me. So I just warned everybody that if I go out, it's because I'm looking for a brand new spot to stream. You guys will take over for then, and then, like I said, I go right into the trauma. We're not doing our usual Saturday overnighter for obvious reasons. It's just everything I had planned, it just didn't come together right, or came together in a much different way. So I did plan on streaming all 3 days of the convention, and a fourth day when I get home tomorrow, I'll do a wrap-up show. But yeah, it was just different situations, different.
You need rest and sleep, sir. So please.
Well, that too, and like I said, this convention. This is the first time I've ever done all 4 days. I've been to this convention plenty of times, but usually Saturday or Friday, Saturday, or sometimes even a Sunday over the past 20, 30 years. But this was the first time I did it all 4 years or all 4 days, and this is the first time that I've done it. Not just purely as a fanboy. Usually when I came here before, it was just as a fanboy. This year, not only are we working with Trauma, but I'm here getting contacts, getting cards, not buying anything from these fools here today because they're out of their minds with some of these prices. But I understand because they're having to justify the expenses that they paid to get in here, get a booth in here. So I understand, but after the convention's over, me and these guys are going to have some talks because there's some merchandise that I saw that is probably going to be sitting there, and maybe I'll even make a deal tomorrow to, if they don't want to put it back on their truck or whatever. But yeah, I made plenty of contacts here, plenty of people that I met here, and that was one of the main things. I've already covered. Alex Ross wasn't here, so that bucket list was put in the crapper. The other one was just getting on the Star Trek panel because I thought it was going to be much more difficult than it was. It was not. It was a great panel. And the third one is tomorrow. They are doing a Todd McFarlane signing. And I tried to get in it, but every time I tried, I had to go work the booth. So they're making a special time for professionals in certain areas. So I'm going to try to take my my infrared and stuff and get inside. Other than that, it's just been a lot of picture taking. I don't know if you guys have been keeping track of. I've been trying to post as many as possible. There's still a ton more that I need to post, but like I'm doing it while I'm walking and moving. Thank God I'm tall and I have long arms because people are just stopping and not moving, and I can shoot over them. I almost had my eye put out by somebody doing Yoda cosplay. His ears was at my eye level, and I just almost lost my left eye. Just been running over people. I mean, politely running them over, but it's just been like it's like trying to move through, like I said yesterday, like a swamp, a sea of people, and not everybody's moving at the speed they need to. I don't know how many strollers I've tripped over because you can't see the strollers until it's too late. It's been like, but other than that, like I said, it's been pleasant fun. The place I'm staying at is like it's a paradise. There are some hiccups, and I'll go into those after I'm home. But there's my battery's running low, guys. So I'm gonna go. Dade and Stella, take over for a second if you can. I'm gonna go find a different outlet. All right, guys.
So,
all right, everybody. We got William having to find another outlet, so he'll patch in as soon as he can. I would like to say some stuff about Comic-Con, but I haven't gotten to go this year. But
hello to everyone in the chat and Sci-Fi Center and Poindexter Lounge.
Hello, everyone. Everyone that is here with us tonight.
Has anyone seen the episode, The Old Scientist yet? Episode 7, Strange New Worlds?
Yeah. Has everybody seen the newest episode of Strange New Worlds? If not, there will probably be some spoilers later.
Yeah. Because they dropped the episode early, I think after the Star Trek panel.
Yeah, Rhea, most likely he will get some deals. That's what he was just talking about a minute ago.
Mm-hmm.
So we're hoping for him. I know he's made some connections that he needed to make, so we've got that so far.
Yeah. Yeah, I always remembered because I actually did 5 days. I did preview night Wednesday.
Oh,
but
Lord.
Yeah, you do. Hopefully, what you like is left by Sunday. That's the only thing. So, yes, the memories I have of San Diego Comic-Con. I'm actually wondering if the place that makes candy is still there in the marina. That was one of my favorite places to go. I don't know. I mean, it's been a while, and I don't know if they survived the pandemic. And he's back.
Looks like we got our man in the trenches back.
Yay! Oh, he's still setting up.
You're muted, William. William, you're muted.
No, we still can't hear you.
No, it's resetting because something's going on with StreamYard where it keeps resetting my things, and I don't know why, but I didn't have enough time to explore it here because, like I said, one of the harder things doing right now is doing this from not my home or my office. Holy shit! If I were ever the klutz, it exposed these last 3 days trying to do these streams from just wherever. And you just don't know where you're going to be.
Yeah, what's working, what's not.
Where you're going to be. Like right now, I'm literally looking at downtown San Diego, the top level. I can actually see. In fact, I'll give you guys a view real quick.
Cool.
There, if you were able to look through this upper right window past this guard here, that's Petco Field. I'm literally right across the street from Petco Park. And I don't know
where you are. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what the hell these people are lined up for, but this line is like literally a mile up. It was empty before, and that's where I got permission to stream from. Mm-hmm. And then I'll find out what it is. I think it's the costume contest or something.
Yeah, I think it's the cosplay parade, the masquerade.
The cosplay is, like I said, 1,000 Marios, some Barbies. Not as many Barbies as I thought there would be this year, but I guess they needed time to see if the movie was going to be a hit. No Oppenheimer, you damn history losers, man. Come on. No Oppenheimer cosplay. I've seen a bunch of Walter White cosplay. I saw I got a picture of a guy somewhere who was wearing the chemical suits. And then one guy who's just just dressed up as him. Hold on. They invented the laptop for the laps, and I'm literally on my lap, but I got to get a mouse because I don't know how you savages can offer. operate with just this this little goofy pad here for the thumbs.
It takes a switch, yeah.
Oh no, but yeah, so far so good. The Star Trek panel, that episode. Listen, you guys have watched. If you know anything about how I feel about Lower Decks, I don't hate it. It just never connected with me. It just wasn't for me. I didn't get the humor. But seeing it done by those same people in live action today, all the jokes and stuff that don't hit for me when I was watching the show, hit for me today during this episode.
Good, because I was wondering, it's okay, he liked it, but I was always wondering if you knew enough about Lower Decks to see what was going on.
No, I watched Lower Decks and I got the sub humor. It's just I watched Lower Decks because it's Star Trek, and if I consider myself at any level of Star Trek fan and talk about it on the show, I need to be able to watch it. I don't enjoy it as much as I enjoy, the other Star Trek shows. I mean, like I said, it just didn't seem like it was a market for me. However, today's episode was really good. I mean, they can do more with characters when they have them in live actions. The consequences and the facial expressions, and when that guy Raynor, he screws up on the cartoon, it's different. It's different. But when you have him there with the whole horror thing, elevating her character with her being a workaholic, I thought that was great. I thought the ending. We're gonna. By the way, I have the spoiler alert thing because we didn't even know the episode was going to be given to you guys. There you go again. That's the way I like to do it. By the way, I am not for con exclusives. I don't care if I was there and I found my way in the Hall H. I think all Star Trek fans needed to know and see what was going on. But it was cool, because we didn't know anything about what they were doing until they told us. We said, hey, about 4 o'clock Pacific, and that's when I texted you guys and let you guys, I texted Thane and let them know, hey, they're going to be throwing this at you guys because we couldn't aim the cameras at the screen while anything was going on.
Of course not. Please.
Unless it was just a logo. So we got that. And then the musical was a complete shock.
Yeah, they were hinting at it.
Are you kidding me? And then not only that, because you guys have it now. You guys can go on Paramount Plus. You can see the preview. The preview of it, I'm like, this is going to be so ridiculous that it's going to be one of those legends. This is going to be their version of Once More It's Feeling.
Yeah. When they saw them dancing down the hallway, I was just rolling, laughing.
And then Uhura, who can sing. By the way, Uhura is a singer, and so is Christina Chong. They're both singers, so this is going to be great. But I love the references to Pike's hair and the references to Pike's future. They all know what's going to happen to him, but they didn't really focus on that. The cartoonish thing at the end was hilarious.
I feel a little two-dimensional.
Yeah, what the hell is in this stuff? And they're just drinking. Stuff. Yeah, they're just drinking. I like the connection between the Orion great-grandmother and the fact that she's serving on his ship. The fact that Orions, that is true, that Orions are traditionally pirates. And then, we know from the futures that, there still are some pirates, but they're scientists. Yeah, that was cool. I like the interaction with that. The whole Spock thing was hilarious.
Oh God, yeah.
Him going through his phases and his interaction. With the two.
Ethan was creeping me out. The overextension in the smiles, the overdoing it.
Yeah, and that was hilarious. But I thought it was sad how he kind of spilled the beans that him and Chapel are no longer together to her. And that was kind of upsetting. That was kind of cool. I mean, we know, but to see them have to go through it and not be able to relate was kind of cool. Like I said, them just being their usual annoying selves. It actually worked. They're annoying to me just watching them, but their annoyance works with them, with the cast of the Enterprise. It just works in a much better, context, and maybe that's why the show, the actual Lower Deck show doesn't work for me because it's their humor juxtaposed on even more of their humor. And it's like, okay, this is just too much. Here, it was in the right levels. The humors and the annoyance were measured in level, because there were consequences involved. And then the whole number one thing about her having a pinup. And she the way they're developing her character is that nothing's supposed to get to her, but she's still bothered by things. She's like, I don't want to know. Yeah, I don't want to know. What is it? What is it? The Hall H. Hall H thing was cool. Did you guys saw the video? Let me go ahead and share my screen and some of the videos I got here. I've been taking a lot of pictures. I don't know. I have to go over and see exactly what I have been sharing with you guys because I'm losing track of what I'm sharing. I wanted to do more live videos and stuff like a news correspondent, but I tried and I kept getting run into by people, and then you got people walking around with full on cosplays that cannot see me.
Yeah.
And they're just running right into me, and then I'm getting shoved around, and then they set up lines right in the middle of all this traffic. Right? They'll set up a line for something, and they're like, okay, well. Then like I said, everybody's on a scooter this year, and everybody bought their kids on strollers that you can't see. They should have the strollers. If you're going to have a kid with a stroller here at Comic-Con, you should have a flag that shoots up a little bit to about your height.
Those flagpole things,
Yeah, so I can see you like those shopping carts do. Because I can't see them. And I'm so worried about shoulder blocking and hitting some 5'6" little person. I don't realize they got like a double stroller that I'm going to trip over with my size 14s and look like a fool. But guess what? At Comic-Con, there's nowhere to fall.
No.
If you trip, you're just going to run into somebody else.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's been fun, like I said. But the cons do not even remotely bother me. Let's see.
Hey, William.
Let's go on my Twitter page. What's up, man?
I wanted to bring up, did you see the logo for the stuff after Fall of X? It looked just like the old Age of Apocalypse logos.
Yeah, I took a picture of it. I just didn't. The picture was corrupt. I got to re-upload it. I know exactly what you're talking about. By the way, guys.
That makes me wonder what's coming.
Well, I kind of got to. I'll go over that tomorrow because I was there for that.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to be on with you tomorrow because I want to discuss that.
To improve and help me. Yeah, if you want to improve like things like I'm doing now, like we were sponsored to this show by both Choma and some of our commercials that I'm probably going to try to run later on this evening. But if you ever want to contribute to the show, every bit helps me get a better camera. This is a brand new camera because the other one wasn't going to work. Helps me get multi things like this so I can plug in all of our stuff. I would not have been able to do this show at all without some of the improvements we made just in the last day. So the Stream Elements thing, I put it right into the it's pinned right on the Sci-Fi Center's page, and I also dropped it in here for you guys in the normal chat too. If you guys can see it and reshare that, great. But yeah, let's go to the. Oh, that's our show. Here's some of the here's some of the goofiness I went through today, and then we'll get to the Star Trek stuff. Do you see me? There we go. All right, so I'm too big for this, but
you made yourself a G.I. Joe. Now that's hilarious.
That's great.
You wait. You saw the Thor one, right? I did. Let me go and get that one. I did the one with Thor. Yeah, there we go. I look slightly better with this one. And the funny thing about this is my rest of the crew that's with me is we're rotating out while we take care of the booths and stuff like that. So I'm by myself when I come out here. So all I have to do is I step in here. And one of these things where you have to have somebody take the picture for you, and they pity me, and they tell you, "Sir, would you like me to take you?" Yes, thank you. So I got this one right here. This one was cool. Yeah, we're posting a lot, and then here's this is a thumbnail, but here's Hall H. This is actually really close because all the other stuff was reserved for the hearing impaired and all this other stuff, and then they have Paramount is actually here. You actually saw Paramount execs there, so. But as you can see, it's just the Pete John Mance or something Mance. I forgot his name, but he was the host and he didn't have any guest on there, which is fine with me. This is you guys already saw when I posted my my little chair video thing that we had. All that. This is actually the other side of the Star Trek the booth. They have the best booth in my opinion in the whole gig. And there's a scavenger hunt, and as part of getting the posters and stuff, you have to. You have to get his picture in your phone. You have to scan his picture, and you get like all kinds of stuff. But you got to go all over the con to get stuff. And I'm like, I can't do that right now. So that was cool. This is the poster. This was a trip. All right. So we're all in Hall H, right? We're 6,000 people in there, almost near there, right? So at the end of this, they tell us, hey, by the way, swing by our booth to get an exclusive, very limited poster. All right, so for those of you all who have been to, so this thing's starting now. That's good. For those of you all who've been here to All H, you know where the exhibit area is in Hall HR. They are not close.
No.
I have long legs and big feet. I have an advantage, even amongst this crowd. I sped walk. I don't know how these two senior citizens beat me there. They used some kind of shortcut, but I had to run pretty much across there. Half the people, or more than most of the people who were at the panel, could not get this poster, and they're only giving it out here. So we had to run and get there. And even if you'd been there before, they wanted you to go through the line. I'm like, well, I don't want to take up all this space for the people who haven't sat in the chair, the captain's chair and all that. So the guy just gave it to me. But then 10 minutes later, they ran out. So I got this one. I'm getting it framed. They were really hyped. They were really hyped up about this episode. But
dude, this poster, you mentioned the Buffy episode Once More with Feeling earlier.
It's exactly
this is designed exactly like the Once More with Feeling poster.
Yeah, and I have a feeling, like I was telling Stella, this is going to be the episode like that. It's going to be the episode. All right, so let me. Okay, this is a little video I shot of from. I think it's from. Hold on, let me expand this real quick. See if I can expand it. All right, you guys can see that video. Can you guys see that? I can't switch over to my screen. Are you guys there? Okay, cool. All right, I think this is a longer video, but this is kind of cool. Here we go. This is when I first got in there. Okay, so this is.
Yeah.
This is before it was filling up. There was still more people coming. I had people trying to steal I had one guy I met there, and people were trying to steal our seats. Not steal them, but they didn't they didn't think that they had to be there early enough, so that everything was going to fill up. But it ended up filling up towards the end there. Pretty decent. There's the Nerd Queens changed their thing. Somebody's background is. I can hear somebody's background. Is somebody outside? Besides me? Okay, there you go. There you go. I only need Starbucks and Star Trek. I have the two things I need: Star Trek and and Starbucks. The two stars. All right. So is that? Hold on. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and start this over again. You guys ready? This was the staff greeting us as we entered in, and I was one of the first people that entered in. This is kind of cool. Here we go. Hold on. Start again. We were the first ones in.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Oh, that's empty.
We Yeah, we were the first ones in. I'm at the front of the line. All right, I'm echoing to somebody.
Yeah, it's not me. Oh, did you try cutting through the marina as opposed to the front of the?
I just muted Vent. Was that? Okay, I think I'm echoing through you, Vent, so I muted you. What was your question, Estelle?
Oh, I usually sometimes cut through the marina. Sometimes it's slightly faster than fighting all the bodies on the main street in front of the convention center.
Going to Hall H, you can't do that anymore. It's a restricted the way they have it set up. Like when you leave, when you leave, you can cut through that, and that's how we made up the ground to get the posters. But going to there this time, it was very restricted. They have areas where you had to go through, get your back and all this stuff. It was like going through airport security this time going through. I don't know if that's been that way the last couple of years because I haven't been, but this particular time it was very secure. But it went very well though. I mean, back check was really quick. They just took out your cell phones, took out your wallet. They scanned you. They did the body scan thing. You went through there, and then there was an escort because, like I said, I literally was one of them. They had another panel called Ghost. Ghost Ruins, something like that. That was before. So we were there. As soon as they opened up Hall H for the day, we were the very first panel at Hall H. So we were already there. And since there wasn't anybody camped out for all the other nonsense, we just got right in. So that's why it's so empty. But if you look at the picture I showed you before, that's 10 minutes later. So it filled up like almost like all those seats that you see that are empty, those filled up. And let me go ahead and get you to the other things we saw there. Go ahead and exit out of this. Can I get out of this big screen? There we go. Exit out of that because this like here is this is right as I was getting my seat. And these seats right here in front of me are right a little bit near me. Those are all reserved. So even though they're empty, people came in. I know because I had to get up. I had to get up and get out of their way because when they're my size and they're starting to fill up there too. But yeah, eventually it actually filled up pretty well, and you realize how full it was because when you tried to get out, there's only one way in, one way out.
So how many people would you say?
That was a Hall.
So how many people would you say were in Hall H for that event, William?
I would say nearly 6,000.
Yeah, because it holds 6,000.
There were some empty seats, but when I sat there, just for the time my shoes, because I almost tripped over somebody in the dark, you can't see shit from those seats. Those are the desperate seats that, like, if you just want to be here for some kind of Marvel thing, if I had those seats and I would have left. That's how shitty those seats. And they were in the back at an angle, and they were blocked off because this year they had a different setup, I guess, to where your angles. Like I'm at an angle. If you go at the opposite end of the angle, there were camera wells set up, and there were things set up that they had, and then they had the ADA people set up there, and they were on an elevated platform, so you couldn't see past them. So those seats were worth it. But every good seat in the house is full. I'm guessing it was about 95% full, if not more. That's my guess. But yeah, let me see if I can bring up because, like I said, Twitter. I wasn't posting on Twitter as much as I was posting on Facebook and Instagram because I just don't like Twitter. I don't even know why I bought Twitter up. But let me bring in my IG account. But hi, chat. Don't mean to ignore you, chat, but I'm doing the worst thing that William Powell could possibly ask to do, and that's multitask. We're lucky I'm still on the screen. Trust me.
Yeah, I don't think this is going to be the show to answer questions anyway.
There's really not a whole lot of questions. Yeah. There's really not any questions. It's just people talking between each other. I got the chat, William.
But hi, chat. I didn't mean to not give my customary greeting, other than keeping the computer on. All right, so let's see. Actually, I don't have a lot of pictures on here today. I have a lot on my camera. Tomorrow, when we do the wrap-up show, I'm gonna tonight because, like I said, we got the trauma panel at 9, and I gotta go find some place to eat that's not this. Wow, this fucking place is expensive to eat. Holy crap!
Yeah, I usually just went to. I just went to Ralph's and stock up on snacks.
I've been hitting Ralph's all day. Somebody made fun of me today because I posted that $9 pretzel and $5. And somebody's like, well, if you can't afford to go, then you shouldn't go. I'm like, dude, even if I had $1 million in my hip pocket, I still think I might have a problem with spending $10 for a pretzel and $5 on some. It's $5 for a bottle of water, man. That's Woodstock 99 prices, homie. I'll take my chances with the tap water.
But those $9 pretzels and hot dogs taste damn good when you eat them.
They do. And you know what? And like I said in my other tweet, or my other post, if I were at a wrestling event or a baseball event, I would slap it down in no time. But because I'm in cheap mode, because like I said last night, Choma sponsored our trip here, and I had other sponsors. And whenever we have sponsors, I try to spend their money wisely. I don't want to be eating a $16 steak or something like that, off the sponsor. I'll do that when I get home because right now, Fanboy William is back in Vegas. He's creeping out here every couple minutes because, like I said, as soon as I get my stuff signed by Todd McFarlane, if that happens tomorrow, that's great. That has been a 33-year journey. Let me tell you why this is pissing me off. And my sister, if you're watching, it's your fault. Back in 1990, when they first, I think it was 1990, when they first held this very first con that they held in this building, that's when I met Todd McFarlane. And that's when you could just walk up to him and he just had a badge that said Todd McFarlane. And that back then, you didn't know what people looked like because we didn't have internet, we didn't have all this. So you had to go ask around which one's Tom McFarlane, and he had his badge on. and he had his name written in his signature thing. So I walked up to him. We were talking for a good while, and he signed my Spider-Man for me. 5 years later, I opened up my own store, and my sister was watching the store for me one day, and she sold them. He autographed the whole assassination plot, and she sold them, and I've been trying to get them signed ever since. I've been at several cons that he's been at, but the line's been crazy. I was actually 2 feet away from him at the Amazing Comic Con, the one where you see me where I have Stan Lee's picture. I was volunteering at that, and since I was big, they used me to volunteer like this. That's how I got my picture of Stan Lee, because I was a volunteer in charge of making sure nobody got to him, because he was 94, and if you were to bump into him like people are bumping into me now, you could kill a guy like that. Rest in peace, Stan. So I'm there. That's how I got that picture. But he was on his way to the panel for Todd McFarlane. So when you're guarding, because they didn't have like little line separations. We were the line separations. So I had to have my back to him the whole time, and it said, "We're going to get you in to get a signature as soon as the line is down." Well, the line went down, and I had to escort Stan Lee to the platform before he got there, and I never got my chance. So I've been stalking the booth, going back and forth, and finally his assistant told me to come back the best time to get it. So I have them right here. I have them right here. I have each issue of somebody's background's going again. Or if it's popcorn, I hope it tastes good, because that sounds like a popcorn machine. I have each issue of the assassination plot. This is my favorite cover of all time. When we do I'm doing a new show when I get back from Comic-Con. I've already started getting it set up. It's called Cover Story, and it's going to be about, like I was mentioning today before, it's going to be about comic book covers and all that, exclusively about comic book covers. And this is going to be the first issue. Amazing Spider-Man 323 is one of my favorite all-time comic book covers, and it's my favorite Todd McFarlane cover. And hopefully tomorrow my stocking pays off and I get my issue signed, and my 33-year, quest will come to a happy ending. A grown-ass man going on a quest like this. I know. Go ahead and make fun of me. I don't care.
William, when you do that cover stories thing there, I'm going to actually review that miniseries.
Okay, cool. And it's got a lot of cool covers, man.
We should go out together on that one.
Okay. Man, like I said, this is a post I made yesterday. By the way, Godzilla is going to lose against Superman. I'm just throwing that out there. They had a big old thing about that today, and I'm like, no. He's fighting somebody that can actually shoot radiation back at him, and that is invincible. So, sorry, all you kaiju fans. Superman's going to win. All right, so just off topic. All right, so this is my Instagram. I think here's for all you Futurama fans. I have video of this, but obviously, if you know this show, the language that he's using was quite foul, and this guy had this thing set up to speak like that guy, except he had much more vulgar language there. So I didn't want to put that on the audio. There's Sister Kim's. We did their ad. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Oh, there's greens. This is torture. That's catfish, because instead of getting a good deal on at least a pound or 2 pounds of food like I usually do on a Saturday night, I'm scrambling through the streets of San Diego like a refugee for Jack in the Box. So, in case you guys don't know, even though I've been all over the world, growing up in a military family, and I've been all over the world with the Army for wars and other armpit things, I don't like traveling. I am a guy who just wants to stay home. Well, but here you go.
If you really want to spend money, there's a rib place. I want to say the Hilton or near the Embassy Suites that was used in Top Gun, the first movie.
Oh, geez. Here's the promo poster that they've been putting out for. I'm on screen. So yeah, the Godzilla, and as you can see, Superman's cape and Godzilla's footprint, which is bullshit, because Superman's going to win. There's no way Godzilla wins that. He can't fly. The same advantages that Godzilla had towards King Kong, basically being a giant fire-breathing lizard, he now has to fight a being that can fly at supersonic speed that could probably absorb the radiation he's shooting at it and lift him up and toss him into the atmosphere and just leave him there to burn into the entry. I don't know. Superman's going to win that battle, but I've been getting the the people messaging me saying, "We'll bet you money." I'm not betting you money on two fictional characters fighting because whoever's writing it, if it's like Tojo or somebody writing it or Toho writing it, then yeah, Godzilla's gonna win, which is BS. But if it's like a DC writer writing it, then it's all gonna depend. They'll probably do like they did with Godzilla versus Kong back in the 50s, where they had Kong winning one and then Godzilla winning the other, which is, like I said, BS because a monkey, I don't care how big he is not going to beat a radioactive alligator. The fact that Kong held up as well as he did in that movie, I was impressed. So hey, there you go. But yeah, this convention, like I said, we're 3/4 of the way done. Tomorrow is another big day. Like I said, we got the panel tonight, so it's going to be a late night for me tonight. I was tempted to do doing an overnighter, but there's just no way. There's just nowhere to do it.
Not
There's just nowhere
necessary.
to do it. Yeah, we'll do this next week. I was going to go see Oppenheimer while I was here. That's a 3-hour movie. 3 hours in San Diego Comic-Con time is like 3
No.
years. You just can't do it. So I'm going to get off tomorrow. I'm probably going to see it either tomorrow night when I fly in, or I'm going to go see it soon. I am not going to go see Barbie. For those of you all who are watching the stream, just don't ask me if I've seen Barbie. I'm not going to see Barbie. I'm not going to get just for the same reason. I'm not going to go see Lady Bird, which is Greta Gerwig as well. It's just not for me. It's too much pink. You guys that are going to see this double feature, you have fun with that 5 to 6 hours of chaos that you're going to put your bladder through, but you have fun. I'm not going to knock Barbie. I'm just not going to go see it. It's just not my cup of tea. As soon as I get back, we have the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle promotion. They are actually handing out the posters for that we're going to get from the company next week. In fact, they're already at my store. I missed the shipment, but I'll get them. So we're going to be giving away passes for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. There's a couple other movie promos that we know that are going on here that we'll be doing in Vegas for those of you who are local in Vegas. But today, like I said, was just more about just getting more business cards, handing out some of mine, getting some new followers on the show, steering people to Choma's panel, because that'll happen here in about 25 minutes or so. I'm probably going to do an interview with him, especially now. Hi. Let's go. It's important for me right now. I mean, this is all lining up well. Obviously, what's going on with the strike, what's going on with the Writers Guild, what's going on with the producers and everything else. And here we are being sponsored by one of the oldest independent filmmaker out there. A guy who, was part of SAG as a dancer. But that's just years ago. He left the Directors Guild, so he's completely independent, and they're out here, grassroots level, promoting stuff. How many people that we had come to our booth that at some point in time in their life have come across trauma or Toxic Avenger or some level of trauma. Lots of pictures being taken. We had people, lots of DVDs being sold, toys being sold. I bought buttons for Mondo. I have your buttons. I got your buttons. I got the last of your buttons, by the way, because they were swallowing them up. But Lloyd's been there all day. He's been taking pictures, and like I said, the strike has come up several times simply because there's not very many. There's just not very many movie makers here. I mean, there are some people here. Jamie Lee Curtis was here, but she was promoting a book. But when you go into Hall H, I mean, like I said, although this is my first time getting all the way in, I have crossed it. You go across it and you see the homeless encampment that is usually Hall H, and you just didn't see that this year. We were able to get in with no problem. Now, granted, I was sort of pissed off because I'm like, if this place ain't going to fill up, I'm going to go ahead and take advantage of people's underappreciation of Star Trek, and get whatever seat I want. But I got in there. We got in there first, and then like I said, as soon as I turned around, it was loaded. And then, as we were about to start, because they had that first panel, people started coming in, and they started trying to jack my seat because I was standing up taking pictures while we could still take pictures. The people were starting to slide into my seat, and the guy was telling them, "Hey, there's a guy sitting there." And then they're looking around like, maybe if he stops asking, they'll just let him have the seat. And I'm like, I'm sitting there. Well, you don't need to get violent here up in the Trek hood, but there's no more seats left, and I got a good one because I stood and like, get out of my seat. But yeah, then then people, strangers I didn't even need to know, that I didn't know, as long as I watched their seat, they watched mine. So, you go to the bathroom. But like I said, it was a nice experience. That's why I took that video. I don't know if they did that every year as far as clapping for us when we came in. but they were very pleasant. And one of these things about this convention, because I've been to conventions here at this building that were not organized at all. The one year where they shut everything down, and the fire marshal had to have everybody get, that was not organized.
Yeah.
This year it is flawless. Actually, it's very organized. It's very well staffed this year. Like I said, it's just finding a place to do things and navigating through it. It's just something you got to understand that you're going to go through when you get here, and that's about it. Meeting a lot of new people, interacting with complete strangers, which is cool. Meeting, being in a building with thousands of Star Trek fans, that's cool. I think the coolest thing about it is like being surrounded. Like I'm going to go back to Vegas. I'm just going to be that nerd again. I'm normal here. I'm tame here. I'm the most normal looking thing here today.
Exactly.
So I can get in and out. Like I said, the guy from Pawn Stars that knew who I was. I'm still like, that was weird because I walked up to him because I recognized him and I see him. He's from Torpedo Comics, Houston, and I'm like, hey, I see you on Pawn Stars all the time. And I'm not wearing a shirt that has the logo facing him. So, but he knew who I was. I'm like, well, that's cool. Usually people that are not, named Powell and not related to me don't know who the hell I am unless you're in the geek circle. But we've done business with mutual customers because Vegas is a small town. That was cool meeting him. Meeting Lacuna Coil.
Again, like I told you yesterday, I was jealous you got to meet Lacuna Coil.
Yeah, I knew they were coming down here. I didn't know how accessible they would be. She had a pop of her. Somebody bought that they made. And the toy place that was sponsoring them, but $300 pop. This guy bought and had her autograph it. But yeah, they were very accessible, very approachable. We were, they're all massive geeks. She is a massive geek.
William, did you see the action figure debuts for Todd McFarlane's stuff, and also the Hasbro X-Men stuff yet?
Yeah, I have pictures of the Hasbro X-Men stuff and the Todd McFarlane stuff. I took them while I was talking to his assistant, because like I said, there's certain panels or certain things that I just couldn't stand there for because of even though Trauma said it was okay, I feel obligated to get back to them and help out since
right.
But yeah, I saw some of his stuff. A lot of people were getting things signed. I have pictures of it though. Like I said, they got him tall because my long orangutan arms made it easier for me to take good pictures down level, and whereas other people were getting the back of my head. I would probably, and I'm going to apologize to anybody who watches this over the next couple of years that's at this 2023 Comic-Con, I have probably screwed up 1,000 pictures by walking by and walking into pictures because I'm just trying to trek through, and there's pictures all over the back of my head and probably my chest and probably my shoulder if I shoulder block you out of the way. Sorry, it's not personal. I didn't mean it. I just no other way for me to get through the crowd. And I got to use the size for something because, it's not getting me anywhere else. I can't fit anywhere. The bed I'm in, oh, my goodness. I'll tell you that story after I get back home. Apparently I can't fit in any vehicle. And then the plane right here. I'm like, I need to fold myself like a contortionist to get in and out of everything. But yeah, so getting through these crowds, like I said, people are just bouncing off of me. And by the time you turn around and say, "Oh, excuse me," they're gone because they didn't really affect them, and you're running over somebody else by that point. So it's like, wow, man. But it's been pleasant bumping into. But yeah, we saw the Todd McFarlane stuff. He's got his own table. He's actually got a couple different areas where he was signing. He did the Jim Lee thing today, and then he came back to his table. It was really hard to get to him, though. I could take the picture above and aim down. But I didn't want to press my goodwill because there's a person there that's working on getting my stuff signed, and I just don't want to be that asshole. So I didn't encourage on their space, and it was chaotic. He had a lot of people there. Everybody who's here, even people I've never even heard of in my life, have a line here. Johnny Nobody, if he has a booth, he's got a line. And that's one thing that is different from because we sent people down here to Comic-Con. I used to use my distributor passes. I just send other people and I just take pictures, let me know how it is. The retail environment here is different than it's been. I think because of the chaos that is usually Hall H wasn't the chaos that's Hall H. I don't think a lot less people came. I just think the energy has been distributed evenly throughout the areas. I've never, in all the times I've been here and all the pictures I've ever seen, never seen the exhibit hall as packed as it is now. Now there are other people who go over here that might dispute that. They might, maybe it's different because they're there every time, but I do not recall. And the times I went before I stopped going, or when I would have people shoot videos from there and talk to me on their phone and like do give me virtual tours. I do not ever remember the exhibit hall being this packed. So it's a good thing. It just feels like a comic book convention. It really does. It feels like a comic book. And by the way, there's Hall H is the most famous one. There's panels everywhere. They got a there's a boat. I got a picture of that. These fools got a panel. I think a Rick and Morty panel, something. The giant. You probably see it in my pictures when I post them. A giant inflatable Rick at least. And there's like a Rick and Morty panel on some kind of barge out there. And I'm like, dude, anywhere they could stick a panel, they did. And then this floor I'm in right now, every other room has a movie screen.
Dude, I saw the Futurama thing outside the building that they work out of on Futurama. I saw it outside in one of your pictures.
Yeah. It's this. The pictures I posted are not nearly the pictures I've taken. It's just that, like I said, I'm snapping pictures. Bathroom. Go back here, go here, go here. The Starbucks line. By the way, Starbucks is actually a little bit cheaper out here than it is anywhere else. I don't know why, but their prices are cheaper. But the line is hellacious. I remember back before 2009, it was easier time to get tickets at the door. I went twice, and after Twilight got popular. Yeah, 2008 and 2009 was the first year, halfway through the convention, the fire marshal shut things down. And then 2010 was when the limitations came out. But there wasn't a lot going on in 2000. It was the Twilight thing that really, because then after Twilight, then you had Avengers and you had, all this other stuff that just, basically just blew everything up. So, and like I said, and it's still, the effects are still there because when you scan, I don't know, they weren't doing this when I was here last time I remember. You had to scan in, but you didn't have to scan out. They have to scan out because they're keeping control of the crowd, and after it reaches a certain amount, they have to control it. So, all right, okay, somebody's back. All right, well, yeah, this has been fun. Like I said, it's been exhausting, but like I said, it's only once a year. I haven't done it in a very, very long time because of the fact that it didn't want anything to do with the nonsense. I understand that's like we're here with the Nerd Queens. The Nerd Queens are here. I've ran into them a couple of times. They're even now. Cole was telling me how, they're actually on the floor enjoying the con a little bit more because usually when they're here, they're camping out for panels or they were doing stuff with the Snyder Cut. So, and she was saying that it was, they actually got to enjoy the sales floor a little bit better. So, yeah, I got to meet the Nerd Queens. Like I said, I went to the Funko. Well, wow, Funko's got like the Funkoville thing. That is chaos. Everybody's there. I don't know. I mean, I guess they're giving up some organs to be able to afford some of the pops they have, but they're flying, man. I mean, they're flying. They had con exclusive that were gone. There's a vinyl Mondo or something where you can buy classic vinyls and different themed vinyls. I had a customer who wants some of that stuff. So for all you guys who've been asking me for stuff, I tried to get as much stuff as possible. But because I'm working the convention, it was hard for me to wait in a line and get some of the stuff. So I had tons of you that sent me pictures and stuff. And if I was able to get it for you, I did. And you got the little request and people just paid for it and bought it. And because sending it back is not going to be a problem, Troma's got to send things back. So they're going to send the oversized stuff I have back to Vegas for me. So I didn't have that worry. It's just getting in and waiting. Some of these lines are hours and 2 hours long, and then they would cut the lines off. Because not only because the people had to go and come, different shifts of people, but all the lines were so long, they start to intersect and you can't traverse through the con anymore. So they would have these people who just had the end of sign thing, So, but yeah, it's been a lot of fun. Like I said, some of the stuff I've taken pictures of, it's like I took pictures because it was ridiculous.
So, William, do you want to take a little time to talk about this episode of Star Trek?
I did. Somebody was late. No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead. I'm just messing with you. I gave my thoughts a little bit about it at the beginning, but I thought it was an excellent episode. Like I was telling Stella, as somebody who doesn't have the highest regard for Lower Decks, it raised today. I do have a much higher regard for that show. I may give it another chance because the comedy that just doesn't work for me in their environment worked great in contrast to the cast of the Enterprise. So I really, really, really super enjoyed this episode. What did you think about it, Dave?
It was. I just like literally just saw it before we went on because when you
Okay.
messaged me earlier, I was napping.
Surprise!
So when I got up, yeah, I was like, I saw that when I got up, and I was like, what the hell? Okay. So when I got up, I got with Stella, and we watched it. It was a great episode, man. Like I like these little off the wall kind of episodes. I think I'm gonna really like the musical episode. I just looked at the preview for it, and I'm getting like huge Buffy once more with feeling vibes,
Exactly.
and
Exactly.
it looks great. Like, and I love this episode, man. All the jokes hit, all the references I understood. Like,
Yeah, so did I.
I was like,
The
I got that
TOS.
reference. I got that reference.
I'm an idiot. I'm an admittedly idiot when the episode and they gave us a clue, and even the host didn't realize the acronym that they were going for. I completely flew over my head. These old scientists are those old scientists? TOS, the original
TOS.
series.
Yes.
Yeah.
I guess I'm paying attention to other shit, and I know I'm overthinking it. But this, somebody said keep an eye on that because that's going to come back. Anybody winking or not, but the host was like he didn't even get it until after the show. I'm like that's hilarious. The whole hair thing was hilarious. The fact that the Pike's birthday thing was great. I thought all of that was.
Oh,
I
and when
just
they went back to the Cerritos, Ransom, the first officer that came in and talked to them, where they found out that Mariner took uh, that mission.
Oh yeah,
That's Jerry. That's Jerry O'Connell. So when he
yeah,
says she's
hot as yeah.
hot, yeah, he's
I
talking
got that
about his
part.
wife.
Yeah, I got that part, and then it was funny. I thought they were lying about that just to make what's her face feel better, but then I saw the poster and I'm like, that's hilarious. That whole thing is
mhm.
hilarious, and then I love her as this character, but like I said, I really enjoy. I was not expecting to. I was expecting to have to completely explain it to everybody. I was not expecting for them to release it like literally an hour after we saw it, so which is kind of cool. Like I said, I'm not a con exclusive type of guy. I think that if you're going to release something on us, release it because, like I said, the success of your show is not going to depend on word of mouth by me. It's going to depend on how many people get excited about it that can actually see it. I know they put the 5 minutes of discovery up there, right, for you guys? Did you guys
I
see
haven't
that?
seen it. I haven't seen it yet, but I'm going to try to find it.
I think they put it on. I think it's on YouTube. I'm not sure. We can't watch it here, but unless I get permission. But the first 5 minutes of this show looks like they may be going out on their best season.
All right. So Stella,
Um,
what was your opinion of the episode?
Oh, it was great, and I could already hear the Star Trek gatekeepers' heads exploding. So
yeah. Oh, the
I'm
musical.
totally.
The musical is going to make their entire intestinal system jump out of their body.
Well,
So,
no, I mean ever since the whole bit with Spock,
yeah.
and everything laughing, and they've just been so bent out of shape. It's great. Um,
You know,
Listen,
I know how we've been bringing up that it sounds that the musical is going to remind us of Once More with Feeling, but like I remember when Once More with Feeling came out, like when it first aired, and I remember a lot of Buffy fans because I was in a group of people that were like huge Buffy and Angel fans that like got upset about that musical episode.
yeah,
And I'm
it
sorry,
wasn't
but
popular.
musical episodes just hit for some reason. I don't know why. They're just very interesting.
and if it's not your cup of tea, you can actually change the channel and watch something that actually does make you happy. The thing that I love about social media is the concentration on things you don't like / hate, and it's like, people, life's too short. Okay, go do
Yeah,
something you like. If you don't, it's okay. You find someone, go find something you enjoy. But sitting there dwelling in hate and misery isn't really a good look,
nah.
externally or internally. So please go and do something you like. We just happen to like Star Trek in virtually whatever form it is. Not some of it, I have to admit, is not always as pleasing, but I enjoy it for the most part. And
Yeah,
sorry.
like for me, Lower Decks is like not on the top of my list, but I've always said, I'm open to enjoying Lower Decks. I just
Yeah.
hadn't thus
Oh,
far.
um, I finally saw season 1 of Prodigy before it went off the air on Amazon, and I'm actually impressed. I don't know why I waited, but all forms of Star Trek, you got to give it, a fair shake.
Prodigy was marketed horribly. To be honest with you.
Yeah.
Prodigy was marketed, and I understand that it's Nickelodeon and they're marketing it into a certain audience. But if you watch Star Trek in general, especially if you watch Voyager, Prodigy, in my opinion, is for you no matter how old you are. I watched it, so I enjoyed Prodigy. But I got about.
Let's get Vince's ideas on the episode
get
first,
Vince in
and then
here.
we'll go ahead and shut this down. And let you go and do your trauma thing.
No, I'll go ahead and get Vince's idea. I do want to take some questions. If there's any questions, I want to spend some time on questions because
no, not really. No questions. But
there
please,
really is
it's a lot of people.
It's a lot of thank yous and everything. It's
okay.
really not a whole lot of questions. We have like one or two that I can point out, but that's about it. So Vince, what were your thoughts on the episode? Vince?
I think we lost Vince.
Vince, are you there?
Is he still watching the episode? I know he was a late bloomer.
No, he said he finished.
I think Vince,
that's why
are you there?
Late.
Earth to Vince.
I know I'm having internet
Is that better?
problems.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now. Okay.
I was trying to use a headset mic and I had to go back to my desktop. So yeah, wow. To interject, I need to go back and watch the last 16 episodes of Prodigy.
Oh.
Prodigy.
I thought you were going to say you had to watch this episode again. I'm like, damn it, Vince, it's been out since 4 o'clock.
This is me and my girlfriend's favorite episode of Stranger Worlds. We cracked up, and I maybe got some teary eyes through some of it. It's I really love this episode.
I don't cry in movie theaters and stuff like that. Since E.T. But every time that they're talking to Pike about you don't know how much time you're going to have, and then when you want your crew to have all the time in the world to be with your crew, and everyone in the room knows what's happening. So that's what the cool thing about that was.
Oh my god, I just love this episode so much.
Yeah, the whole Prime directives just went out the shitter there because they sent them back, and I thought it was hilarious when they were like, "Oh, this is even bigger than that Pike thing we're not supposed to talk about." I hear the horses in the background. Is that okay? But there it went away. But yeah, I'm happy with today. I was happy with, like I said, I know the place in the panels like the back of my hand now. The Star Trek thing was my main goal today. So like I said, but the booth is, in my opinion, the best booth here. It is really cool, the setup that they had, the pictures that you had, but the posters. I got 2 different posters. I got the one that I showed you guys here, and the one that I showed you yesterday with the whole Star Trek experience on there. So I thought that was cool. But like I said, I'm gonna probably. I wasn't expecting to be able to talk with anybody about the episode today because I didn't know it was being released today. But I also didn't know about the musical. I know somebody was joking around about it, but I didn't know they were actually going to do it. And then it's 2 episodes away, so you're going to see a lot of people doing that, like Rocky Horror.
I was going to say that's why I was late because we didn't realize that the episode was going to be out today, and my girlfriend was out door dashing, and I was like, oh shit, get home,
Just stow the food on the lawn and just, I gotta go watch Star Trek, damn it.
And she brought some KFC home, which was really nice.
Can she make it out to San Diego? Because I'm having a hard time finding affordable food right now, but I'll figure it out. I'll probably have my driver, because like I said, just getting around here. The trolley doesn't go where I'm going. I'm going to Mission Beach. The trolley doesn't go there. I thought for sure that the red line went down there. It does not. But like I said, go ahead, Vince.
I know my dad, when he was in the Marines, served he was in Oceanside, or that spot, and I actually lived for a little bit in was it Mission? Oh god damn it! I'm gonna forget about the. I lived right outside. No, it starts with M. I could have thought about it last night and tonight, and my head's full.
It's a Mission Beach because that's where I'm at.
No, it's a suburb of San Diego that I can't think of directly at the moment.
Yeah, I'm at Mission. It is beautiful where I'm at. The pictures I posted do not do it justice. It's, man, the smell of the water. Like I said, I am a city boy. Even when I lived in LA, I didn't go to the beach ever. But when I go back to this blast furnace that is my current living space, I appreciate things that, like water and 70-degree weather. I really don't want to go back. I'm trying to still my mind that today in Vegas it was 114 degrees. It was 72 as a high today here with overcast. I miss having California weather like that. And right now, like I said, my body's going to go back into shock with my internal organs just boiling inside my skeletal system. So good times when I step off that plane. That hot, fiery reminder that I'm home. Oh well.
Yeah, I've been jealous there, William. You've got 70-degree weather. I didn't have that, but this morning for like 20 minutes.
Tell you what, 24-hour away from me, William is going to be just as jealous as you are right now of current.
So you know how to cook your hot dogs on the way home.
Hello?
Yeah, there's all that interference where I'm at. Like I said, I'm right outside the main hall. So, all right, guys. Anybody got anything else? Because, like I said, I got to get up.
We've got a question here about whether you heard anything about the Spawn movie that Tom McFarlane was supposed to be doing.
I was not able to get that close to him. I will ask tomorrow.
Okay. And let me scroll real quick. I don't think there's any other questions, really. Give me a second. TW here says, also don't forget those in solidarity with SAG-AFTRA have been asked to not cosplay Struck content. So a reminder to everybody that's at Comic-Con or going to Comic-Con or whatever has been at Comic-Con, please, if you will, stand in solidarity with SAG-AFTRA.
Yeah, it was a lot of crazy cosplay. Like I said, I got a lot of pictures of cosplay that up close. Yeah, it's been a big topic of conversation here, obviously because of the way it affected. I don't think it affected the con it made it different. I'll say that. I don't think it hurt the convention. I just think it made it different. And for those of us who don't come all age for the most part, you're not going to realize the difference. You'll realize that it's probably a little bit better for you. So that's where I'm at with it.
That's everything, man. That's all the questions.
All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and unplug my computer for a little bit, let this battery charge, and then I'm going to, you might see me come on a little bit, but to do something with Lloyd, but other than that, you probably, next time you'll see me is late tomorrow night. If I record something with Lloyd, it might just be to record, and I'll play it tomorrow when I see you guys. I'll definitely be streaming tomorrow. It'll probably be a semi-overnighter so that I can upload all the pictures, and then hopefully I'll have better answers for you tomorrow because I'll have one more day of the convention to get into it. So, all right, for everybody on the panel, for everybody that's here for San Diego Comic-Con, this has been the Sci-Fi Center, whatever the hell I'm calling it this time, live from the 2023 San Diego International Comic-Con, where I just used to be called Comic-Con when I was a kid. But all right, guys, I will see you. Unfortunately, the next time I see you, I will be back in Dante's Inferno, otherwise known as Las Vegas. So I'm going to try to enjoy my last 24 hours in livable weather. All right, see y'all later.
Hey, everybody.